Okay, here in round two, we've got the choice. We'll play first again. Ooh, this hand's a bit too slow though, so we're gonna mulligan this one. See if we can't do a bit better. All right, this is okay. I don't want to say great, but potential for Monastery Mentor. I really want to abuse my Moxen, but as of yet have been unable. All right, well, if I'm going to draw anything, how about a turn two play? Set up for our Hero of Oxid Ridge, ideally. So blue-white control now, is that what I'm to assume? Play Mentor, see if it gets countered. Does indeed. So Hero of Oxid Ridge next turn would be ideal. All right. Ooh, that's a hell of a miss there. All right. This would have been a crazy turn to try and take advantage of our 4-drops, but no such luck. All right. So now I think we're just going to be walking into counter spells for a while, but that's all right. Guess we're technically at Stoke the Flames range if I can resolve this Mog War Marshal. Letting that one resolve. All right. Think twice. Not too insane of a cube card. Okay. Plane cycling. Got it. Wall of Omens. I can deal with that. Looks like he's likely going to leave up a counter spell here. So I guess I would prefer to have the Hellrider countered because Hero of Oxid Ridge gets by. I guess we actually just pay the Echo here because this way if he board wipes, I at least get something out of it. Turned out to be a good call because we can't play anything anyway. And I like that he kind of leaves up a counterspell needlessly since we're continuing to pressure. Although, yeah, he gets to think twice, so I guess he didn't really lose any value there. But like I said, I wouldn't have been able to cast any of my 4-drops anyway. Sakashima's student copying a Wall of Omens? That's not that crazy. Alright, well, I kind of got to go for the Hero of Oxid Ridge play here if I can get that red mana. Did get it. Let's go for Hero. Just seems too good to pass up here. Oh, wow. And it resolved. That's pretty insane. So now he can't block, and our guys are big. That is a lot of damage. Very good. All right, so now he plays like a board wipe. We still have, I mean, he just had to Stoke. Yeah, we're in a pretty good place now. Now he has to deal with the board. If he can't deal with the board, we kill him on board. If he can deal with the board, we kill him with either Hellrider or Stoke the Flames. So like he Marshall coups here, we just untap Stoke the Flames. So we're still in pretty awesome shape. Jace certainly not going to do it. Just drawing a card. See if he plays the Wrath effect, in which case we'll just stoke him and win. No plays. So now he plays a spell to like tap down hero. We'll just stoke him in response. All right. So blue-white control in round 2, which means once again we're going to be cutting Journey, I think. So we got to decide what cards we want. I think Thundermaw is still going to be good. Stromkirk Noble is likely going to be good again. Let's cut the Kavu. Despite the fact that it kills Wall of Omens, I still think there's just not going to be a ton of creatures. Although he could have all the angels too. I guess we'll see. We're leaving in swords. We're leaving in Oblivion Ring. And we have burn spells. So we at least have ways to deal with those dudes. And I kind of want to bring in Thundermaw again. I think we're just going to try it like this. This hand's fine. I mean, it's a good distribution. The problem is we can't really cast anything, which kind of sucks, but if I can find a white mana, we're going to be able to apply some massive pressure. Not massive. I shouldn't use the word massive so carefree. I swear to God, one of these times we're going to open a hand with a Mox in it. And they're going to actually be good, but we do seem to keep opening hands that don't have Mox, which is a problem. All right, not the worst draw, actually. Well, Kiki Jiki. That is certainly a Kiki Jiki. Well, I'd like to continue to apply pressure, but it does not appear to be an option here. I don't have the double white. Still no plays, which is interesting, to say the least. Well, let's see if we can get in. See if I can't resolve a Mentor. I mean, I don't have to cast Mentor here. The problem is, the reason to do it is I want to force counters out. I want to force board wipes because I've just got like all of these rebuild cards. And despite the fact that Mentor is a very good card that I'd like to resolve, I've just got all of these big threats that I'm trying to build towards. All right, well, not much I can do. I'm just missing land drops, so can't really fix that problem. Huh. Wish I had a land there, because then I could cast something, but at least Venser can't block the Noble. That's kind of cool. Definitely not Swords to Plowsharing his Venser. Alright, so I think we're going to have a much harder time resolving stuff here, but 4 cards in our opponent's hand. Yeah, I think we go for the biggest play, which is the Elspeth. I could try and bait out a Precinct counterspell, but we've got like... The fact that he didn't counterspell that is a pretty good sign, by the way. But I think this is actually okay, because now we're at Hellrider And we have swords for like just some bomby angel threat I usually wouldn't be able to deal with. All right, that's certainly not a big deal. Wait, he's not going to miracle it? Oh, he is. Okay. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Does not deal with Elspeth. So he's got to do Detention Sphere here. Fate's Fetters. All right. We get to follow up with either Siege Gang Cloud Goat if we draw a land, or Hellrider Beats, which is also okay. Or I might even do the Precinct Captain, although that doesn't make the best use of mana. No, I think we're going to do the Cloud Goat rather than the Siege Gang. Siege Gang seems like a better one to cast later, because Siege Gang later is going to be throw him at his face if he's got, you know, stuff I got to deal with on that front. He's probably just building towards a Martial Coup, but I feel like I can beat Martial Coup. It's got to be a Martial Coup, yeah. So obvious Martial Coup. He's been playing a deck that just seems like such an obvious Martial Coup the entire time, so it does in fact make sense. Now we get to, ooh, that's interesting. So now I'm just a red mana away from winning the game. He's got one card left in hand. I mean, how many mountains do I have left? That's a legitimate question. So Chrome Mox I'm going to count. I can't count Mox Diamond currently. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 more ways to draw that. I wish I could go Captain plus Resto. I can't do that though. I guess we just do Siege Gang here. Yes, I understand that we're not really progressing our infinite combo, the Kiki Jiki Resto thing, but the advantage of this is now I can Resto my Siege Gang and have more tokens than my opponent. I do love a Martial Coup. It was a really tough pick, Swords versus Martial Coup, because Martial Coup is so powerful, but it's late, and Swords of Plowshare is just really good all around. I think ultimately I don't regret my decision ultimately because I do think the Swords is likely better. He's ahead of us on the race currently, but I think we're still pretty decent. All right, so I can Swords that, which is good. No cards left in my opponent's hand, which is also very good. So let's do this. Yeah, so we're going to Swords Archangel, of course. Get rid of that threat. We're going to Hellrider, and then we can swing for 4, 7, 9, 11, 13, taking our opponent to 10. He's certainly not motivated to crack back. I think we got to do that. That's just way too much damage to pass up on, especially when our opponent's in top deck mode. So now he definitely has to go on the defensive again, unless he draws something bonkers. But if he draws like a board wipe, he wants to cast it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Concession. He's just done. All right. Well, I'll take a concession all day. Our deck's playing remarkably well. We've played against 2 matches that I wouldn't think are necessarily good for us. I mean, control matchups are tough, and we're just steamrolling them. So I don't know what the explanation of that is. I mean, we're like not even playing around. I think it's because we've got these big, powerful 5-drops. Like having a Siege Gang and a Cloud Goat is just like instant rebuild. So it's like, oh, you board wipe me? Well, okay, I'll just rebuild with my 5-drop army cards, or I'll get in after a board wipe with my hasty, like, huge damage efficiency cards. So, deck is playing crazy good. We'll see in the finals.